Hello everyone, welcome back to 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. Today we are making this clever magic square. It is so clever. We have adapted it slightly for size from a hanky-dory day. If you look in the description below, there is a link to their site where you can see more about this square and some more of their wonderful work. So we've just adapted it slightly for size but kept it true to itself, and that has two of these squares made, and then the way it's crocheted around the outside fixes them together, which is so clever. We do these stitches here which are all incomplete, so when we do like double crochet 2 together or double crochet 5 together, we're doing all these stitches of different sizes, including some big stitches today. We're going to be doing some triple treble crochets today, which I will talk you through, and they're all done incomplete, like when we do 2 together, and then we finish them all off together at the top. So it's very clever. I love how this is done. So let's get started. Grab your hook, yarn, scissors, needle and some tea or coffee, and let's get started. So to start the square, you want to start with a ring, either the magic ring or a ring of 4 chains and slip stitch to the beginning to make your ring. Then chain 1 and then 8 single crochet into your ring. Okay, and then slip stitch to your first single crochet, and then just pull your center tighter. There we go. Okay, so the next round, if I could not skip to the bottom of the pattern, that's not helpful. So round 2, we are going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets in every stitch around. So 2 in that same stitch there, and then 2 in every stitch around, making 16 single crochets all together. So once again, slip stitch to your first single crochet to finish that round. So now round 3, we're going to chain 1 and single crochet in that same stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch, 1 in the next, and then 2 in the next. So repeat this around 1 and then 2, and at the end of this round you should have 24 single crochets and slip stitch into your starting stitch. Okay, round 4, we're going to chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 2, and then 2 in the next. So you're doing 1, 2, and then 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay, all the way around, and you will have 32 single crochets at the end of the round. And there we go at the end of round 4. So round 5 is where we're going to make this circle into a square. So we're going to chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, then single crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. So that's 7 single crochets all together, and then in the next stitch we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1 and a double crochet, and then we're going to single crochet in the next stitch and the next 6 stitches, so another 7. and in the next stitch double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then again 7 single crochets, and then your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then another 7, and then your last corner here. Okay, and then you'll be joining with a slip stitch to your first chain. So repeat that around and I will see you in a moment. And there we go. How cute is that little square? So cute. So you want 2 of these, so rewind the video back to the start and make a second square, and then when you have your 2 squares, meet me back. Okay, so when you've made 2 of these cute little squares, you want to just sew all the ends in and fasten that off. So these are 2 totally finished little squares. Okay, and then what you're going to do, we're going to attach these by the way that we work around the outside. So what you're going to do is join your yarn. You can use the same colour yarn if you wish, or a different colour, but you will need to start your colour again. If you're using the same colour, just start with a new piece of yarn. Join with a single crochet into any of these corner chain 1 spaces. So just go straight into that corner and make a single crochet. Okay, and then you want to chain 8. Okay, and then we're going to skip 2 stitches, and in the next stitch we're going to do an incomplete treble crochet. So we're going to do a treble crochet, which is yarn over twice, and we're going to go into that stitch, and then we're going to do yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and leave that last loop on the hook. So we've got 1 that's already on the hook, and then 1 loop from that stitch that's incomplete. Okay, and then we're going to skip a stitch, and then in the next stitch we're going to make another incomplete treble crochet. So yarn over twice, go into that stitch, and then do your yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, leaving that last loop on the hook. So we've now got 1 loop from each of those 2 stitches and 1 that was on our hook. And then we're going to do an incomplete double treble in the next single crochet. Sorry, we're going to skip 1 stitch, and then in the next we're going to do a double treble incomplete. So treble is 2 yarn overs, the double treble will be another yarn over, so yarn over 3 times, and then go into that second stitch along and yarn over, pull through, and then we'll do that 3 times, 2, 3, and leave that last loop on the hook. So you will now have 4 loops on your hook, and then we're going to skip 2 stitches, and then it will now be the chain space, and in there we're going to do an incomplete triple treble. So treble crochet is 2 yarn overs, another one for a double, and another for a treble. So yarn over 4 times, go into that chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, and now we're going to pull through 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, yarn over, pull through 2 loops 4 times, leaving that last loop on the hook. Okay, and then take your next square, leave all these 5 loops on your hook, take your next square, and then look at the chain space that you have, and then you want the 3rd stitch after that space. So 1, 2, 3. In that 3rd stitch after the chain space, you're going to do an incomplete double treble. So double treble was 3 yarn overs. So 3 yarn overs, and then go into that third stitch from the space. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through, and then pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, leave that last loop on the hook. Now I know this all looks a bit loose and floppy, but don't worry about that at the moment. You can just hold them both together like so for now. So you've now got 6 loops on the hook, and then we are going to work, still working along this square, we're going to skip a stitch, and in the next stitch we're going to do an incomplete treble crochet. So that's just our regular yarn over twice. Go into that stitch and just yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, leave that last loop on the hook. There's now 7 loops on the hook, and then we're going to do that once more, skip a stitch, and in the next stitch do another incomplete treble. So yarn over twice, go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now you should have 8 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loops. So now you want to yarn over and pull through all 8 loops on your hook. And you have this. Now I know it still is floppy, but don't panic, we're going to work all the way around and fix these together. So we are now going to chain 8. And grab some more yarn. Okay, and then we're going to do a single crochet in our next chain space. And then we're going to chain 3, skip 2 stitches along the next side, and then we're going to single crochet in the next stitch. So if you've got a slip stitch along this side, just be aware of that. Okay, so we're doing a single crochet in the 3rd stitch along, and then chain 3, skip a stitch and do a single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and then you'll be doing your single crochet in that chain 1 corner space. Okay, and then we're going to do that again to go around the next side. So chain 3, skip 2 stitches and do a single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, skip a stitch and do a single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, skip a stitch and do a single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, skip the next 2 stitches and do a single crochet in the chain 1 space. Okay, now we are going to repeat from the beginning, from where we started around here at the chain 8, okay, but just to make it a bit more simple, I'm going to work around the next side with you, just because it could be a bit confusing. So I'm just going to work around the next side with you rather than make you rewind and repeat, but I might just do this side a little faster. We'll see how we go. Okay, so we're going to chain 8, and then we're going to skip 2 stitches and 2 stitches. In the next one we're going to do an incomplete treble crochet, so yarn over twice, go into there and work until you have one loop left, and then skip a stitch and work another incomplete treble into the next. Okay, so you now have 3 loops on your hook, and then you are going to skip a stitch, and in the next stitch you're going to do an incomplete double treble. So yarn over 3 times, go into the 3rd stitch and pull through 2 3 times, leave the last loop on the hook. And skip 2 stitches, and then in the chain 1 space you're going to do a treble incomplete. So yarn over 4 times into that space and keep yarn over, pull through 2 until you have the last loop. So you've now got 5 loops on your hook, and then we are looking at the next square, and we are going to do an incomplete double treble in the 3rd stitch from the corner. So 1 2 3. So yarn over 3 times, go into that 3rd stitch and do your incomplete double treble. Just leave that last loop on the hook. So you've now got 6 loops on the hook, and then you're going to skip a stitch and do an incomplete treble crochet in the next. So yarn over twice, do an incomplete treble, and then skip 1 stitch and do another incomplete treble. Okay, so you've now got 8 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 8 loops, and then chain 8. Okay, looking a bit like this at the moment, and then we're going to single crochet into the chain 1 space. Okay, last 2 sides. Just grab some yarn. Okay, last 2 sides. We are going to chain 3, skip 2 stitches and single crochet in the next. Chain 3. I've done 4. Chain 3, not 4. Skip a stitch and single crochet in the next. Chain 3, skip a stitch and single crochet in the next. Chain 3 and skip those last 2 stitches and single crochet in the corner, and then repeat that again with a chain 3, skip 2 stitches and then do a single crochet into your next stitch. Chain 3, skip a stitch and single crochet into the next. Chain 3, skip a stitch, single crochet into the next, and then we will be skipping these next 2 stitches and we would do a single crochet in the corner, but that's where we started. So slip stitch into that first single crochet and give yourself a pat on the back for making it to the end of that round. That is what we have. How good does that look? Very clever, very clever. So these are a little floppy in the middle, but they are attached. So well done. So for round 7, our final round, I know it seems crazy that we only have 1 more round to go, we are going to slip stitch across into the chain 8 space, and then we are going to do a single crochet all into this chain space. Single crochet, so 1 single crochet, 2 half double crochet, 2 double crochet, 2 treble crochet, 2 double treble, so that's yarn over 3 times, remember you're yarning over 3 times. Working into a chain space can be a little fiddly. And it's a big chain, it's all floppy. So it's 2 double treble, and then we're going to do 1 triple treble. So yarn over 4 times, and then go into that chain space. And it doesn't matter how many times you've done a yarn over. You just always yarn over and pull through 2 all the time. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, whatever size stitch. Okay, so then you're going to chain 3 and go into the next chain 8 space, and this time we're going to work the same stitch pattern but backwards. So a triple treble, so yarn over 4 times, go into that space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times of pulling through. So then 2 double trebles, so yarn over 3 times, go into that space and do that double treble, yarn over 3 times again and do a second double treble, and then 2 treble crochets. Let's yarn over twice, 2 double crochets, 2 half double crochets. I yarn over twice then, didn't I? And a single crochet. So that's what you have. How cool does that look? Love that. Love it. Okay, so then we are going to chain 3. And then we are going to single crochet in this chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, chain 3, single crochet in the next, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, chain 3, single crochet in the next space, chain 3, single crochet in that last chain 3 space. So all the way around these 2 sides here, you've just done that chain 3 and single crochet into the chain space. Okay, so then we are going to chain 3. Once I've got more yarn. Okay, so chain 3. And then we're going to work into our chain space again, chain 8 space. Okay, so we're going to do a single crochet in that chain 8 space, 2 half double crochets, 2 double crochets, 2 treble crochets, 2 double trebles, the yarn over 3 times, and do those 2 double trebles, yarn over 3 times, and then 1 triple treble, so yarn over 4 times, go into there. Okay, and then chain 3, and then we're going to go into the next chain 8 space, and we're going to work that from big to small stitches again. So a treble treble, yarn over 4 times into that chain 8 space and do that stitch. And then a double treble, yarn over 3 times. Do that again, yarn over 3 times, your second double treble, and then 2 trebles, yarn over twice. And then 2 double crochets. Making sure I've not missed any. So we've got triple treble, double trebles, trebles, and doubles. Okay, then 2 half double crochets. Gosh, getting confused now. And then a single crochet. Okay, and then we're going to do chain 3 and a single crochet into your chain space. Chain 3. Single crochet into the chain space, and keep going around until you get to your last chain 3 space. Okay, and then chain 3 when you've done your last single crochet in that chain space, and then oh no, got one more space here, just that one there. So then chain 3 to finish, and slip stitch into your first single crochet, which will be the first stitch in this chain 8 space. So you can either slip stitch into there, or you can do the invisible join and fasten off. And this is what we have. So you just need to sort of square it up a little bit. This square will definitely benefit from blocking. I have spoken to you about blocking before. Just spray it with some water and then pin it down into its size and shape. Okay, so these 2 particular points, you'll need to square those off. Okay, and square off all your points. Spread your stitches out a bit if you need to, and just wiggle that around. And there you go, there is the magic square. How clever is that? I love it, such a great effect. This part in the middle here, if you don't like this being that kind of floppy, then all you need to do is just grab the colour yarn of your squares, turn it over, and then just stitch on these back loops. Okay, just make a little stitch there across the back loops so that it won't show on the front, and that it is joined there at the back, just if it does annoy you being that sort of bit floppy. But magic that it joins these 2 squares together to make a bigger square. Love it, love it. I hope you have enjoyed making this square with me today. I've really enjoyed making it. I love it. In the pattern there are some pictures showing you how you can make, if you make more of these squares, how you can fix them together to make various patterns from this one square. It's lovely. So do go and have a look at that in the Facebook group, and there's a link in the description of the Facebook group if you wish to go and have a look and find the written pattern. And there is also a link to the blog, the person's webpage below as well. A Hanky Dory Day. So there's a link to their blog there where we found this beautiful pattern. So go and have a look at their blog there, and go and show them some support there. So until next time, if you have found this useful, please give us a thumbs up as always. And until next time, just keep hooking and don't let your tea get cold.